Well, good morning, everybody. Today is November 27th. Now, we're going to go over some more tidbits about the sun, and we're putting more pieces to the puzzle because there's just some strange things. So the first thing I want to start with is this official trailer called Sunshine. Now, I can't play it. I'm going to get a copyright strike if I do. But this was out in 2007, and here is the plot. A team of international astronauts are sent on a dangerous mission to reignite the dying sun. Yeah, the dying sun, 2007. Now, according to Claudia Elber, she's saying it was 2011. Now, we're going to just keep moving on. Okay, so I just want to show you that it was already in their minds. They even made a movie, predictive programming, letting you know through the movies what's going on, as they always do. Now, what is a black star? And this relates back to David Bowie, right? I'll eventually get it. His album, and it's called Black Star. So what is a black star? A black star, which is what she is saying, that the sun is now a black star. It still puts out heat, but it's not going to put out any more light. It's done. That's what she's saying. So a black star is a theoretical alternative to the black hole and is also based on general relativity. Unlike a black hole, however, a black star features no event horizon and may be the transitional phase between a collapsing star, which is what our sun is, and a singularity. Now, the singularity throws me off. I don't know what that's in relation to when you think about Ray Kurzweil and all his singularity. I don't know. Now, what I want to show you, this is, by the way, another tidbit of information, is the Black Star album by David Bowie. Now, this is a constellation. There is a star constellation on this, and you can only see it when the sun is shining on it in a specific pattern. Otherwise, it looks blank. And of course, the album is called Dark Star. So it's interesting. It'd be interesting to know what these constellations were. Is he leaving a message? I just wanted to point that out. Okay, now we're going to look at they claim, the most amazing photos of the 2017 total eclipse. There's some strange photos in here. So let me go ahead and, are we going to get to see them? Now what is going on? Oh, these bastards. You got to be kidding me. Seriously? Yeah, because there's incriminating photos. I'm not surprised. Let me see. It worked a minute ago. Hey guys, I made another copy, so you're not going to get away with that. Damn. Let me try something here. That's kind of ridiculous. Why is it doing that? Okay, hold on. See if we can get it. It should be working. It was working 7 minutes ago. Oh, you bastards. Look at that. It shows that you've clicked up here on the right. It shows I've clicked to photo 4. Where is photo 4? Yeah, because there's incriminating photos here, folks. Well, I might have to use my first take. It's going to be kind of rough. You bastards. This is the problem. They know I'm making the damn video. It's very difficult to get away. Okay. All right. Well, the first thing you see here, we got something, is that it's solidly blocked out. There's no texture. There's nothing. This is painted in black. This has been photo arranged. Okay. This is the one I wanted to show you, though. Look at this. Let's see if they tell us a little bit more. Okay, to the right. The moon almost totally eclipses the sun during a near total solar eclipse as seen from Salem, Oregon. Well, when you look at this looks like the moon. And this, what is this? This is the rim, and it is orange, just like Nibiru. What is that? Yeah, this is almost like they just figured you wouldn't figure this out. Because all of them have been doctored. And I wanted to show you, again, solid black. They have completely, there's one that's got red hue, too. I don't know if we'll get to it because it's messing up on me here. Yeah, too incriminating. They don't want you to know about it. Are we back to this? Are you going to censor which ones I'm allowed to look at? Wow. Wasn't doing that before. Let me see if I can get this one up. This is the same thing. This one is also, okay, you're going to be a bitch. You just do that. We're moving on. I'll leave the link. You'll have to investigate. They don't want you to see it. Now, look at this. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about is what this Claudia Albert has said. And she said that it's a whole sun simulator system. And that what's going to be happening in 2018, 2019, this space dust, which is your, is that red, which is the iron oxide, and there's a yellow dust as well, is going to be coming in as well as other debris. And it's going to start putting these simulators out. It's going to clog them up. It's going to cause them to malfunction. And they don't know when it'll happen. So they're telling you now there's going to be blackouts in 2019, 2020. They're psychologically prepping you, okay, by lying to you and telling you it's this. And you're going to go, oh, yeah, that's right. They said there's blah, blah, blah. And, you know, the asleep people out there will eat it up like candy, okay? But you and I know better. Now we're looking at this. Okay, the other thing that she also said, I wanted to reiterate, that's why those sun simulators are going to go down, and that's why it's going to get cold. Because the sun doesn't appear to be working. It's certainly not putting out any light. Stars do, even dying stars will still put out a certain amount of heat. But the solar simulators are running the light on this planet. So, and not only that, Nibiru is also heating the core of the planet as it is approaching. That's why a lot of sea life has been dying, and you have your the Great Barrier Reef. What happened to that? Because it's heating from the core up. And even Dutch Sense, which by the way, he's very sick. I hope he's better today, but yesterday he put out a video. He's very sick. I hope he's okay. But he had actually talked about this. He had a 6.1 earthquake go all the way through the planet. All the way through the planet. And it came out of 6.1. And he's like, what? He goes, we need to rethink our knowledge and understanding of the core. It can't possibly be solid because it didn't lose any strength as it passed through the earth. So he was speculating that at least part of it has to be liquid and that something's going on with the core of the planet. So, you know, watching Dutch too, he shows you a lot of stuff as well. Plus, he is saying a lot of those fires happening down there, there's one other way. There is the smart meter, there is the dew weapon, but there's also when the earthquakes strike, they are shifting some of the land mass and where the earthquake strikes, such as in Paradise, and he showed that this lava is coming up and catching the forest on fire, and they don't want you to know. You have to realize that the weather warfare is being used to hide Nibiru's presence and what it is doing to the planet. Okay, so I wanted you to know that. Also that the sun simulators are running a uniformed heat over the planet. That's why the poles are melting. Okay, because it's a complete system all the way around the planet. All right, so that's what's causing the poles to melt. Uniformed heat everywhere caused by them. So let's get into this. The scientists, this was just 2 days ago. We got a new program, folks. Let's take a look. So the scientists display chemtrails. Wow, brand new, really. Don't mind the 70 years that you've been watching it or it's been going on because it's brand new, starting 2 days ago. So they're going to spray now chemtrails into the atmosphere to solve global warming. What, to cool the planet down? Really? We're going to cool the planet down. I want you to pay attention because now China has put out a massive sun, okay, that puts out 100 Celsius versus 15 Celsius of the sun. Why do we need a superheating sun if we're trying to solve global warming? Yeah, oxymorons all over the place. They're just hoping you're asleep and you're not putting the articles together to get the fuller picture. So here he is. Scientists from Harvard and Yale now want to spray toxic chemtrails into the Earth's atmosphere in order to dim the sun and solve global warming. How convenient. We're going to dim the sun now. And we're also going to create a massive new sun. Does that make any sense? Does it? No. It is the solar simulators. They're not going to function well. That sun isn't working. Our sun isn't working. This is more evidence to show that. Why would they do this? When they've been doing this damn program for 70 years, too, by the way, which you and I both know, but the asleep folks out there have no clue. And I'm not sure how they're going to present this new program when it's going to look exactly like the old program. I don't know. I'll be curious to see. probably larger masses of it. So scientists from Harvard and Yale want to spray toxic chemtrails, brand new, into the Earth's atmosphere in order to dim the sun and solve global warming. Oh, you guys are just so good at what you do. So according to a recently published proposal, recently proposed in a journal called Environmental Research, letters, sun-dimming aerosols would be sprayed into the sky, which would block out most of the natural light. Oh, really? Yeah, you watch what it does. You're not going to have any food either by the time they get done. And here we're talking an ice age, but you want to dim everything? Really? Does that make sense to anybody? So the proposed technique would seek scientists launching sulfate particles. Sulfate heats things up. Why would you use sulfate? This is not checking out with me at all. Sulfate particles into the Earth's lower stratosphere at altitudes up to 12 miles high. Same shit they've been doing for forever. 70 plus years. So currently the technology exists, but there are no aircraft suitable. All those aircrafts, folks, you've been watching for years upon years. You know what? They don't exist. It's just your imagination. Oh, yeah. So there are no aircraft suitable to carry the particles, and developing a new, purposeful built tanker with substantial payload capabilities. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, world. We ain't done fucking spraying you to death. Pardon my language. So a substantial larger payload capabilities would neither be technologically difficult nor prohibitively expensive, the researchers stated. Yes, David Keith had a video out there, which I tried to find and has been deleted, that said he told Congress that an ice age would be very cheap to create with geoengineering. Yeah. So the researchers have estimated that it would cost $3.5 billion to launch the system in 15 years' time, and would cost $2.25 billion a year to maintain over the course of the 15 years. I'm sure they're going to steal that $2.25 billion every year. Oh, sorry, we got to allocate it elsewhere. Did we forget to tell ya? So we make no judgment about the desirability of the SAI, the report states. We simply show that a hypothetical deployment program commencing 15 years hence, while both highly uncertain, we have no idea, we never do, highly uncertain and ambitious, would indeed be technically possible from an engineering perspective, and it would also be remarkably inexpensive. Yeah, there you go. Let's do it on the cheap. Let's kill the planet on the cheap, shall we? Let's hide Nibiru. That's what we're doing. So the report also acknowledges the cooperation between multiple countries around the world would be needed in order to make the project viable, like we haven't already been doing it. The report also conceded that the technique is not without its downsides. Of course not. Everything you do has a downside. Science, academia, in order to make, and it could negatively affect crop yields. Yeah, food shortages by design. How perfect for getting rid of humans and animals. And lead to droughts or cause even more extreme weather. But let's just do it anyway, because we're freaking mad. We're mad hatters. So the proposal does not discuss the issue of greenhouse gases, which are reportedly a leading cause in the climate change. Yeah, why aren't we talking about the greenhouse gases? This whole damn thing, man, it's just on its face is such a fraud. So the authors of the report themselves were quite skeptical. Yeah, you should be. It's full of holes all over the place. And from the point of view of climate economics, solar radiation management is still a much worse solution than greenhouse gas emissions. More costly and much more risky over the long run. So David Archer of the Department of Geophysical Science at the University of Chicago commented, "The problem with engineering climate in this way is that it's only a temporary band-aid, covering a problem that will persist essentially forever." Yeah, because our sun's not working anymore. Actually, hundreds of thousands of years for fossil fuels, CO2, to finally go away naturally. And it'll be tempting to continue to procrastinate on cleaning up our energy system, but we'd be leaving the planet on a form of life support if a future generation failed to pay their climate bill. They would get all of our warming all at once. Okay, well, you tell me why the Belt and Road is so focused on oil And why is Trump so focused on oil? What the hell is going on here, huh? Nobody's going away from oil. They're increasing it. Why? Because it puts out CO2. What does CO2 do? It warms the planet. Why? Because our sun is not working anymore and temperatures are going to drop, especially on the East Coast and Europe. Also due to the North Atlantic current. Coming from the movie The Day After Tomorrow, what was the main theme of that movie? Okay, that they're relating this all to the North Atlantic current. And that can be manipulated very easily. In fact, the BP Gulf spill damaged the North American current. They were trying to cool the planet. That's what I heard. And that was 2010. But here we are now. The sun died in 2011. So China creates the artificial sun that is hotter than the real one. Well, why would we do that? For global cooling, right? We got a global warming problem, so we got to create a sun that is massively larger and hotter than our regular sun. Why do we need that? Does that make any sense to anybody? So China has made a big breakthrough in nuclear fission development. Chinese researchers reached a new milestone with their artificial sun that was designed to replicate the process of our natural sun uses to generate energy. Well, why don't we just use our regular sun? Because it's not working. So in a push to find a major clean energy source, researchers in China, and this is kind of a cover story, have created an artificial sun that can reach temperatures of 100 million degrees Celsius, a heat so intense it makes the real sun seem lukewarm by comparison. Well, what do we need it for if we have a global warming problem? Yeah, it seems like it would just make it worse, doesn't it, folks? So as China's sun is an experiment for nuclear fission, it won't be launched up into the skies like their fake moon. Yeah, they have the fake moons, too, for lighting. So the Earth-based solar simulator has reached mind-bending temperatures of 100 million degrees Celsius. The research team announced Tuesday, now that's hot. For comparison, the real sun's core is about 15 million degrees Celsius. Really? We're trying to cool the planet down with this thing? Is that right? Does that make any sense? It doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. So the Institute of Plasma Physics, affiliated with the Chinese Academy of Sciences, said it's been testing an artificial sun known as the Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak East. The sci-fi sounding contraption has been designed to replicate the way in which the star at the center of our solar system generates its colossal energy. It's designed to replicate it. Why do we need to replicate something that's already there and functioning? Must not be functioning. So the East is a large donut-shaped machine set inside a round box located on Science Island in eastern China, Anhui Province. The project is using nuclear fission to create immense heat, and it costs a massive $15,000 a day just to turn the machine on. But we're working on global cooling. Does that make any sense? And it's costing this much and they're creating it? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You're going to read through the bullshit, folks. Now, the asleep people are going to eat it up, hook, line, and sinker. You can count on that. But you and I can see the fraudulent nature of what's going on here. And it is actually showing you that the sun isn't working. Why would they be doing this? So the goal of the East is to understand nuclear fission and to one day use it as an alternative source of power on Earth. Why? We got the sun. More energy than you could ever need. But the sun's not working. So this could pave the way for using clean energy. Currently, nuclear energy created through fission leaves a long-lasting toxic waste. Yeah, well, we would go solar, right? If our solar is working. Now, this is China is launching a fake extra bright moon to cut the cost of city lights. Yeah, that's going on too. So the news comes soon after China announced its plans to roll out a series of fake moons to illuminate urban streets at night. The moons are actually satellites, and the hope is that they can replace standard street lighting and save energy. So we're going to pretty much leave it at that. Here is the video of it. Let's see real quick. But do you see the oxymoron? What's going on? It doesn't make any sense. I thought we're cooling down the planet, not heating the planet up. Doesn't make sense to me. So you got to read between it all. That's because Nibiru is heating the core of this planet and heating the oceans as well. And also Fukushima is used as a way to hide things too, because if you think about it, those cores, I did a heat report of the ocean this spring, and it shows massive heat coming from those cores down at the base of Fukushima. Did they do that to help heat our planet because of the sun not functioning anymore? These are questions we need to ask, okay? And there is some sort of major hot spot in the center of the Pacific Ocean. I don't know what it's coming from, but it's deep down. And it could be volcanic. I'm not sure. Volcanic or something bringing heat up into the center of the Pacific. I don't have the links because they've been destroyed or deleted when my computer went down. Otherwise, I'd bring that to you. But anyway, think about it, folks. Something's not right here. Something's not making sense. Okay, anyway, you think about it and take it easy, and I will talk to you soon. So now you know why there's going to be blackouts, because the sun simulators are going to be affected by the star dust coming from Nibiru's constellation and debris. There's a lot of debris coming with it too, and they know it's coming, and they're psychologically prepping you for it. Okay, anyway, there you go. Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.